Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. Now, I am so excited about this live training tonight. And I'm going to teach very simply the only four things that you need if you're looking to package your knowledge as a high ticket product, to sell it both on and offline. You are in the right place tonight. I am Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. I got started in my company over 17 years ago, and I simply made the decision that I wanted to go to work as myself. And maybe you've said exactly the same thing. You've been trying to figure out how to take what you're doing professionally at work, right, in your career, or how to take your business and figure out how do I elevate my model in business from an hourly model. Maybe you're making 150 an hour you're billing, or 350 an hour or more, and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I package my knowledge into something even larger that would allow me to build a business with greater freedom and more financial security. You are in the right place today. I am so excited to share this with you today. I was spending some time with my son, Matthew. I love to date each of my children individually. And so today, Matthew and I had time together. We call it Matthew and me time. And we got to just kind of hang out and get to know one another. And then I said to Matthew would always give him a business lesson about, just how to elevate his life in many ways based on what I know how to do. And I said to Matthew, what I want for the women who follow me, my clients, I want them to know what I know, because if they know what I know, they can do what I do. And I told him, if you know what I know, you can do what I do. So tonight I'm going to pull back the layers, and I'm going to share with you the only four things you need to sell a high ticket product, both on and offline. It is so simple. It is so easy that it's easy to miss. Now, do me a favor. This is going to be a content rich training. So be a great friend, right? And don't keep all the goodies to yourself. Share with a friend, like it, leave a comment, because one of the things I think is really important, if you have something that's of value, that you share it. For those of you who are just meeting me, it's nice to virtually meet you. I have to tell you, I started my business 17 years ago, and the idea I had was I just wanted to figure out how to get myself free. I was a corporate trainer. I worked for a Fortune 100 company, and I loved it. And I wanted to figure out, how can I take what I'm doing for them, and how can I translate that into what I could do for myself in my own business. Equally, I had these really great soft skills called motherhood. Hey, Linda, good to see you. And I wanted to figure out, how could I take something that I knew how to do really well and share that gift with others. And I say this to you because many of the women who follow me, there's something that you do that's amazing, and that you might not necessarily be doing it professionally like me. I had this system in motherhood of practicing great self-care for myself, always making sure that I honored for myself the me that was in mommy. And as a result of that, I wanted to teach other women how to start their journey of motherhood with the essentials that I knew really made a big difference for me. I understood that if I was stronger as a woman, I would be better as a wife, right? If I were happier and more fulfilled as an individual, I would translate whatever it is that I know and I've done for myself, I would teach that to my children. Those are called soft skills. So some of you are thinking like, Mia, I would love for you to support me, but I'm not doing something professionally per se, but you've got some amazing skills in your life. Maybe as you could be a parent coach, or maybe you could be a mom coach like I am, or maybe it's something else. Hey, Aisha, and I want you to be open-minded. I want you to stretch your mindset as I share with you tonight what the possibilities could look like. I'm going to teach over the next couple of minutes the only four things you need to sell a high ticket offer. And it really is that simple. Often people have made it super difficult because we don't know how to do it. So we listen to advice sometimes that guides us on a path of something that's more difficult. So maybe you've heard that if you blog, if you podcast, that's going to bring the people in, that's going to bring the revenue in, the money in, right? And you haven't seen that happen. Am I right? Or maybe you've been blogging your heart out, right? You've been doing all these things. Or maybe you've been told that if you do lives on all of these different platforms, and so you're on Instagram and you're on Facebook, you've even been on Periscope, now you're on Clubhouse, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you every single night are trying to get out there and share your message, but you aren't really building the right audience. And more importantly, you're not getting in front of buyers. You're like, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong, right? I'm going to break that down. You only need 4 things. And I know that in sharing this is going to support someone in making a shift. I also recognize that every person is highly actionable. The truth of the matter is you can have the truth right in front of you, but if you're not ready, because of your own beliefs, because of mindset, because of blockers, right, that prevent you from understanding that you are great, that you're amazing, right, that those things get in the way of sometimes being highly actionable or even hearing and knowing or acting on the things that can really change your life. Now, I'm talking to those of you today who are ready to make a change. You know that you could be a coach, a consultant, a trainer, an online educator, a speaker, an author, and you want to be highly paid for this. And I'm going to share with you what I've done over the years. I'm going to pull back the layers. And I know that as a result of just sharing these 4 simple things that'll really support someone in saying, I can do this. This is a piece of cake. It is. It's a process. Okay. It's a process. And sometimes just hearing that one thing that you're not doing might change your entire life and your entire world. Now, before I get started, as you guys know who listen to my lives over and over again, one of the things I want you to do, if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready. Because I do think you should be ready to receive a powerful message. So if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, Mia. And I'm going to get started in the next couple of minutes. I'll tell you this, that one of the greatest gifts to me as a result of building this business the way that I desired from the comfort of my home, building a business that was time rich, not trading time for dollars, that allowed me to be available to my kids. I have 3 children. They are 16, 19, and 23. And I wanted to be that mom, that mom that brought cupcakes to school, that was able to participate in any of the class parties. I wanted to be the parent that could go on all the field trips. That was me, okay? And I knew that I would not be able to do that with a conventional job because someone else would tell me whether or not I could have time available. So I had to get myself free. So my motivation, 17 years ago was get yourself free. And so I created for myself what I call a transition plan. And I said, by the time my youngest son, Matthew, who's now 16, is going to school full time, by the time Matthew's in kindergarten, I want to have figured this out. So I slowly transitioned into building a business to replace my primary income. It took me about 18 months to really nail it, to really understand for myself, who I am, what I do, who I serve. But once I did, I never looked back. I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade. Literally almost 2 decades. That's pretty amazing. And I always say when I'm teaching my clients, when you get yourself free, you want to stay free. Okay. And so you want to build a business that is solid based on practices that really work, not flash cash strategies. And I say that for those of you who are looking for some quick and easy something. Okay. If that's it, I'm not for you. Because one of the things that I teach are solid business practices that I know flat works. As a result of running my business, I've had the opportunity to have #1 best-selling books and I've had the opportunity to be signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated television shows. As the mom strategist, I've had the opportunity equally to do corporate deals with Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 brands. And I've had the opportunity to coach thousands of women literally all around the world. Literally from the comfort of my home, I live the dream. The thing that I thought 17 years ago, if I do this, right, this is exactly the picture that I have for myself. And I want this for you. When you build a great business, one of the things that's really important is your why. And I have to tell you that so many women tell me that they build their businesses for their families, but I actually did not build my business for my family. I built my business for myself. I built my business for freedom. honestly, whether or not I decided to build a business or not, my kids were going to, be well provided for by my husband and his income, and they were going to have 3 square meals a day and they'd get a great education. But the truth of the matter is, I had to get myself free. And I want you to understand this, that sometimes, we have to align with the right why. And I know this is one of those taboo conversations, right? Because, we aren't always honest, but I want you to know this. I want you to answer this question for yourself. For those of you who are moms out here who are saying, or wives, and you're like, I want to do this for my family. I'm going to do this for my kids. I'm going to do this for my mom. I'm going to do this for my husband. I want to ask you, what did you do last week? Like, who did you call last week? How did you show up tall in your business? Did you make the calls that you need to make? Right? You know what I mean? Did you put your product together? Did you finish your book? Did you do the things that will change your life? And if you didn't, likely it's because you have the wrong why. But because I had the right why, I was willing to do the work, and I did the work. I had to get myself free. I had to get myself free. It was the only thing I thought about. And I wanted to get free. I wanted to stay free. And I say this to you before I share these 4 simple steps, because if you align with the right why, it's likely the reason that you're inconsistent right now. I'm just saying, okay? It's likely the reason that you don't invest in yourself at the highest level. It's likely the reason that you don't proactively seek the solution, right? And right now, it's because you don't have the right why. When you have the right why, you can step right into it. All right, I asked a question a minute ago. I said, if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready, because you have to be ready to receive a powerful message. And I believe that. And if you're ready, and even if you're watching the replay, I want you to write, I'm ready, right? Because you have to be ready to receive. And it's super important. And this is why I say that. Have you ever had someone give you advice and you weren't ready for it? Like, think about it. Someone just like spew something on you, right? And you weren't ready for it. And you're like, maybe it was great advice, but because you were not ready to receive it, you couldn't receive it. This is the reason I asked you this question. So if you're ready, I want you to write, I'm ready. Okay. All right. Tonight, what I'm going to talk about are the only 4 things that you need to sell a high ticket service. And a high ticket service can flat change your entire business. Now, I don't know if you saw my live last night, and I probably will take it down on tomorrow. So if you have it, make sure you check it out before tomorrow, maybe by noon, we'll pull it. But one of the things that I talked about on that live last night is that a lot of times the reason that you don't hit and exceed your goals is because you don't recognize already the greatness that's inside of you. All right. So if you haven't watched that, this is a great, after you listen to this one, that's a great follow-up. So there are 4 things that you need to sell high ticket. And I share this with you not as just information. It is my truth. I started my business 17 years ago. I have never sold as my lead product a low ticket product. And I don't teach any of my clients to do that. And so if you've been trying to get yourself free, if you've been trying to build a business that's based, a profitable business, build business that will create financial security for you, a business that will allow you to have more time, and you haven't been able to do that because you've been doing it the wrong way, this is really going to support you. So there are 4 things that you need, there are only 4, to sell a high ticket service. The first is number one, you need to package what you know as a high ticket offer. Now, I know you're like, okay, Mia, I know this. No, listen, okay? What I'm saying is that likely what's been getting in the way is that part of what you're doing is actually selling what you know how to do, likely for something that's under $2,500. And the thing that's getting in the way for you is the fact that you don't know what needs to go in an offer that's $2,500 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000. And so you've been selling time, just like you trade time for dollars in your work situation, right? And because that's the only way that you know how to generate income. But I'm telling you that there's a higher and taller way to be able to build a profitable business, right, as a high ticket service. And that is packaging your knowledge into a high ticket offer, meaning you think about what it is that people really want from you and then build out a full solution for them. It's what I teach my clients how to do. There are some best practices in terms of what it can look like. But the truth of the matter is, if right now I wanted to buy something from you, what can I buy from you, right? Like if you're a coach or you're a consultant and I want to work with you, are you selling me time? Are you saying, well, how many hours a month do you want to work with me? And at 150 an hour, right? Like maybe that's how you're selling what you're doing. And the thing that's getting in the way is that you're not fully servicing that client because your mindset, you're not really standing tall by building out a package that can fully deliver value for that client. I want you to think instead, if somebody decides to work with me, they're not buying time, they're buying a solution. And what I put together for them is a full solution. If you are underselling and you're amazing at what you do, but you don't know how to put it into a high ticket offer, and I'm able to show you how to take, instead of selling your time for 150 an hour, package that into something that you sell for, let's say 10 grand or 20 grand or more, right? Per client, the value is in that result that I'm able to create. All right. It's not based on the time. Who cares about the time if I can get you the result? And maybe the thing that's been getting in the way for you is that you don't know how to package the result that you know how to produce. Some people are really murky on what the result is that they create, and that makes it really difficult for them to package the highest level of what they're doing. If this is making sense, I want you to write, this is making sense. The reason I wanted to talk about this tonight is because a lot of the women that follow me have a desire to sell high ticket, and sometimes they make it too hard. They make it too hard because you think that you've got to do all of these extra things: blogging, podcasting, live streaming every single day, or some kind of ascension ladder, sell something for $97 or $150 to $300, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you're burning yourself out. And one of the things that I show my clients how to do is how to eliminate those steps so that they get more direct to the client. Thank you. Eugenia writes, this is making sense. Awesome, right? So I'm glad that you're getting value. The second thing that you need to know, if you want to sell a high ticket service, is how to price the packages that you put together to fully value the result that you provide. So this is what I see. I've coached thousands of women over the years, a lot of people who have been in business for a long time as a coach or consultant, and they come to me with these prices that are so undervalued, and they simply do not know how to put together their pricing structure. They don't know why the price needs to be the price. And this is what they're doing. And maybe you've done this too. They've been Googling prices, like looking at what other people are doing and trying to figure out for themselves, like, should I charge what she's charging or this person's charging? We kind of do the same thing. And that's not selling either. And they cannot figure out how to calculate their own value based on the results they provide. So I will tell you, the second thing that you need to do if you want to sell a high ticket service is you've got to know how to price to fully value the transformation that you bring to the table. People pay you not because it's information, not because it's a product, not because it's a service, not because it's 6 months, 3 months, 1 year. No, they pay you because of the result. And you have to know how to value what that result is. And it's something that I teach my clients how to do. And if you don't know how to value the result, it is truly the thing that's getting in the way. I'll tell you, I have a client who, she's still a current client. I think she's in her 3rd year working with me. And when she started working with me, she was charging just $99 for a 1-year product. It was a membership site. And when we started working together, I told her, I said, you've got a couple of days, right, to tell all your clients that your prices are going up. And she did exactly that. Within 24 hours, I believe she closed something like $2,500 or something like that. Within 2 weeks, she made about $12,000. Okay. And her goal in working with me was to earn $100,000. Before working with me, she'd only made $30,000. And she hit like $106,000 her first year. The second year, she more than doubled that, et cetera, is going on. But the funny part is that she didn't know how to price her value. She already had the ability to create results for others. She already was a true expert. But because she didn't know how to value her expertise. She was not a high paid consultant in her services. And maybe that's you. Like maybe one of the things that you need to know is what's the steps to take and price what I'm doing. The third thing I want to share with you that you need in order for you to help sell high ticket is you need to know how to position yourself as the obvious choice. And what I mean by that is position yourself as the obvious choice means that when you're marketing what you're doing, your ideal clients will come to you when you market yourself properly. Okay. And one of the things that I've seen over the years is that most people do not know how to market themselves properly. They think marketing as being on all these platforms or live streaming every single day or screaming the loudest or putting other people down and things like that. And it's just not, right? Marketing is that you have the ability to demonstrate that you can do the things that you say. And when you know how to position yourself properly by showing that, you become undeniable. I mean, I could tell you all day that I create results for clients, or I could send you to a testimonial page and you can hear what my clients say about working with me. Okay. And from there, you can draw your own conclusions. At the end of the day, it's not show and tell, it's tell and show. And knowing how to position yourself in the marketplace and the results that you've created for yourself first, and then the results that you've created for others is the thing that makes all the difference. Okay. I just posted a link there. Make sure you visit that page, in particular, my testimonial page, look at a couple of those testimonials and see how my clients speak to what my processes have done for them. I can't guarantee that you'll create the exact same result because I don't know you yet. And I don't know if you'll do the work. I don't know if you're an implementer. I don't know if you are the kind of person that takes 100% responsibility for the action in your business. But I love to share what other people are doing because I think it inspires and it validates the process. See, positioning yourself as the obvious choice is being able to share and demonstrate that you can do what you do. And most people on the internet, right, cannot prove that they can create a result first for themselves and secondly demonstrate that they can duplicate that result in others. See, talent and technique are completely different. Talent is not transferable. Okay, the truth of the matter is talent is not transferable. I always say I could never sing like Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she's talented. She's got a gift, or like Whitney Houston, right? Okay. However, I can sing, but I mean, I can't sing like them no matter how hard I try because they've got a unique talent that's their own. But technique is transferable. And one of the things that's really important to understand is that if you have the ability to create a result for yourself and you got a technique that you can teach to someone else and they can get the same result, that's very valuable. And most people really don't understand the power that is inside of them with the gifts that they have. And I want you guys to hear me and hear my heart on that. Okay. Are you getting this, right? If you're getting this, I want you to write, I'm getting this. Number four, the fourth thing that you need to sell high ticket is you need to know how to find your leads, find your buyers. Okay. And this is like the biggest secret for so many. Okay. The truth of the matter is that many of us know that we need a package, and you might even have a package. Okay. And maybe it is priced as something that you think is respectable. And maybe you feel like you've done the marketing, but the clients aren't coming in because you don't know how to market to find and attract buyers, investors, people who invest in solving their problems. Okay, super important. Eugenia says, I'm getting this. Awesome. I love this, right? So maybe that's you. And if that is you, it's super important to understand that knowing how to find buyers is very important. Not all clients, not all prospects are investors. Some people are just simply curious. Some people are just simply interested, and they will watch you over and over again. They will know what can change your life, but they are not actionable. They do not take action. They don't take action for a number of reasons. Most often it's because of their own self-belief. They just don't believe they deserve it. The other reason is that many of them have convinced themselves that they can't afford to invest in themselves to go to the next level. It's just based on their path in their life and how they view what investing is. And really the reason they view investment that way is because they don't understand the value of investing in themselves to create a return on investment. It's flat true, okay? Equally, some people just want to test the waters, right? Like literally they just want to test the waters to see, like, if I just try this, if I fail, right, then I haven't lost anything. That's the mindset. So one of the things that's really important is if you want to find buyers, you need to know how to set up your sales process to attract buyers. You need to know how to have a conversation with the people who are your buyers and the tallest people in your audience. And if you don't know how to do that, now I didn't instantaneously know how to do this when I became an entrepreneur. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself to learn how to sell to people who are ready to invest in themselves. And that's what I transfer to my clients. And I'll tell you that that is a super important process. You can know how to do every single thing in your business. You can deliver amazing results for your clients. But if there are no clients, you don't get to deliver those results because you don't know how to find buyers. And this is an important part of the conversion process. Now, let me say this, that when I think about finding buyers, there are a couple things that I do to find buyers. One, I know how to have a strategic conversation with someone to identify if they are a buyer. And if you don't know how to do that, that's really important. And it's a script that I teach my clients. The other thing is that there's a process to make sure that you vet your buyer. How do you know if someone's even qualified for your services, your product? And I think so many people put up a link on their website and they say, anyone that wants to buy, you can come to me. And I will tell you that's a disaster, because at the end of the day, what you want is to have people who are willing to do the work. You want to attract your ideal clients so that you love doing what you're doing. I was talking to someone just recently, about 2 months ago, who had all these clients and they didn't like their business anymore. They didn't like what they were doing because they weren't following that process, right? They didn't understand the importance of interviewing the clients, being selective around that process, not chasing money, understanding that if you have a great sales process in place, it will put the right people inside of your business if you're a coach or if you're a consultant. Okay. So that's what I have for you today. Okay. The only 4 things that you need to sell a high ticket product is: number 1, you need a package to fully value the results that you create. Number 2, you need to know how to price that transformation that you can create for that client. Number 3, you need to know how to position yourself in the marketplace as the obvious choice because of what you can do, because of the results you can create for yourself and the results that you've created for others. You can transfer to others. And number 4, you need a process, a solid sales process that's not salesy, that allows you to get directly in front of your audience, right? And that you can decide whether they're a fit or not, and build your business with the right clients, in opposed to so many people are building their businesses with the wrong clients. That's why so many people sell low ticket and they don't like what they do, because they aren't working with people who want a true result. Okay. So I'm going to open the floor right now, and I would like to hear from you. I'll take a couple of questions. Any ahas or takeaways that you got as a result of being here tonight? And I'm also going to share an opportunity for those of you who said, hey, this is great, Mia, and I want to know how to do this in my business. I want to invite you to check out the Giant Experience Conference training. It's pretty cool. We came up with a new format. Some of you guys already know about the Giant Experience Conference. It's my signature event. I hosted back in 2019. It's amazing. The women that attended the event, it was a small group, closed over $250,000 within 3 weeks of attending the event. And the coolest part is I got tons of proof sharing exactly the kind of results that they created. And I decided if I could bring that exact event to you in your home, from the comfort of your home, so you could rewatch, relearn, rewind, and learn exactly what those women learned to be able to build and grow amazing products and know how to price what they were doing and understand better how to position what they were doing, and my process, my sales process for being able to find buyers and how to close and sell. Pretty powerful. So when you sign up for the Giant Experience training, you get instant access to the curriculum for 12 days. And we bonus you a live event Q&A with me. It's the next event is coming up. Just check the information on the page, and it's for 5 days. So it's a 5-day Q&A. I cover packaging, pricing, positioning, and finding buyers over the course of the 5-day experience, 90 minutes each and every day. I wanted to give you an opportunity and plenty of time to know exactly what you need to do to pull back the layers for what might be missing in your business. So, are there any questions, comments, thoughts based on what I shared with you? I'm going to post the link here for the conference. I encourage you to check out the homepage, check out the testimonial page, check out the registration page, because everything is there that explains for you step by step what you need to know in order for you to build a business around your expertise, your education, and your gifts. All right. Okay. One aha or takeaway that you got from being here tonight, right? So share one aha or one takeaway. And if you're watching the replay, I want to see your ahas. I want to see your takeaways as well. Super important. You know, I think one of the things that changed my entire business years ago is understanding that I am the product. And I think so many of us think we don't know that we're the product. We're looking outside of ourselves trying to figure out what we need to create. And the reality is that you already have within you the product. Okay. You need the structure to know how to package it into a structure that can deliver more value for your audience. You also need to know how to price what you're doing at the highest level so you can really stand in your value and deliver amazing value to your audience. And you need to know how to position yourself in the marketplace as the obvious choice, but demonstrating that you do exactly what you say. All right. And you need to have a process that allows you to attract and vet buyers. Okay. So I want to thank you for your time tonight. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be right here. And let's just be clear that you're here for a reason. So I want you to lean in to, what you learned tonight. And, and I want you to do something about what you've learned tonight, right? Because nothing happens just because you've heard something that really is transformative. Something happens because you take a step or an action that can really change your life. All right. So I just posted the link for the Giant Experience Conference. If you have any questions about the event, feel free to hit the contact section and my assistant will get back to you. Eugenia says, I need to explain the solution to others. Let's see. I need to explain the solution to others. That's what I need to do moving forward. So your aha is to learn how to explain what your solution is. Absolutely. And then Maria says, understanding who your audience is was your aha moment, right? Like, that's super important. And I think sometimes we think everyone's our audience, and not everyone is your audience. Okay. That there's a specific demographic that are your people, and knowing how to communicate with them and getting directly in front of them. Like for me, I only work with women who are sharp, smart, who believe in self-investment, who are action takers, who are go-getters, who are go-givers. Those are the people who I work with. If you want to build a business and hit, whether it's 6-figure years or 6-figure plus months, reality is that you've got to have those characteristics. And you're not a person that's just looking for help. You're a person that proactively seeks a solution, and you invest in that. You take a stand for yourself. You're not a person who would ask your spouse, do you think I can invest in myself? You're a person that proactively seeks what you need so you can be better, whether it's on the personal development side or professional side or whatever it is. So it's understanding who your buyer is so you can get directly in front of them and talk directly to them so that they come to you. And I do think that when we're great at what we do on that marketing side, which is positioning, your ideal clients come to you. Every single one of my clients that I've worked with over the last, couple of years, they've all come to me. I don't chase clients. They come to me. And they come to me, I don't say this from a braggadocious place, for the results, right? They come to me because it's a solution I provide. And they'll come to you for the exact same reason. If you don't know how to do what we talked about today, check out the Giant Experience event. It's coming up soon. And but the coolest thing is that you get instant access to the training for 12 days. It's about 10 plus hours. And I know that you'll love it. Clients have loved it, who've taken advantage of the opportunity. And I was on here just last night, and the client, I didn't even know she was here, but she popped on, and she was charging like $500 before she and I met. And back in, I guess, August or October, something like that, and within 9 or 10 weeks, she closed the first contract ever for $24,000. It's pretty amazing. And she had the potential all along. She just didn't know what we just talked about right now, how to package, how to price, how to position, how to find buyers. And I can tell you the same is true for you, that once I unlock for you exactly what is in the way, that will really make all the difference in terms of you being able to stand in your value and sell what you know at the highest level. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you for being here, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day. And if this live is supporting you in any way, like it, leave a comment, and be sure to share. I'll talk to you soon.